to watching back my videos, the audio is not usually that good. So let's see if this works. How is everyone doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I am fulfilling a request tonight. Can you guys hear me better? Those of you who've been on my live before, can you hear me better? Does this sound any different? I don't know if this thing is even working. But yeah, Red Mosaic asked for me to make Nigerian Efo Riro. So we're going to do that tonight. Otherwise, I won't typically be back to back live. Yesterday was Jollof Rice night. So today we're going to make Efo Riro. It's a vegetable soup. I make mine with collard greens for the most part. Sometimes I use kale. You can use spinach, but I don't like to use spinach because it's such a watery vegetable. Anyway, I'm using a variety of things in it today. You can use whatever protein you like. I always mix. So I have some beef pieces. They're like 2 pieces of beef that I've cooked. And I'm going to be using some mushroom because I need to get rid of that mushroom. This fish is called, it's a dried smoked fish. It's called bony fish, I believe. I have some shrimp in there I'm going to use as well. Hello, hello. Don't forget to chat with me. Crayfish, every Nigerian soup, I think, not every, but probably every Nigerian soup that I know, you use crayfish, and they're like these tiny shrimp. I'm going to use red bell peppers. I have meat broth. Red Mosaic, hello. This live is dedicated to you, honey. I have some onions in my blender. This is 1 onion. I'm going to add the bell peppers to it, and then I'll blend that with, I think, 1 habanero is what I'm going to use today. Because the jollof rice yesterday, if you were on the live, it was a little too hot for me. So I'm going to use 1 habanero today. Red Mosaic, do you hear? Does my sound any better? I'm trying this mic today, and I don't even know if it's on. So, like I said, I'm using collard greens. I've washed these. This is a whole bunch. This is probably the biggest bunch I've gotten at Whole Foods. They got smaller and smaller over the time, but I got this bunch and I was like, wow, so many leaves in here. So these are washed. I'm going to chop them and blanch them before we put them into the soup. But yeah, let's get started. Very clear. Okay, good, good, good. I'm making berry blast tea tonight. Yesterday, I was so into the jollof rice making, I did not make any tea. So let me start to brew my tea. I need to make a new batch of this tea because I'm out. But yeah, berry blast is our tea tonight. I linked, or I put the websites in the pinned comment for those who are interested in checking out either business. All right, while that steeps, let's get started with our blend. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm hoping with this mic, as I move around the kitchen, the audio is not as poor as it used to be. If you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. I'm going to use some of the tomato blend from yesterday, the one I cooked down, just a little bit of it. Most of the sauce for the soup is going to come from this pepper and onion blend. I'm not going to use all of those greens because it's going to end up being too much. Where did you get the collards, honey? That came from Whole Foods. I almost always get my collards and kale from Whole Foods. Sometimes Wegmans if they have the organic grains available. But yeah, these ones came from Whole Foods, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Okay. And soon enough, they'll be coming from your garden. No pressure. I know I was so shocked because, like I said, over the last year, they've just been getting smaller and smaller, the bunch size. So I was quite shocked to see how big this one was. All right, I'm going to save this little piece. So typically, you'd be boiling or cooking your meats the day of. So, like whatever meat choice you decide to go with, you'd be cooking that and using the broth from that to make the soup. But I always have broth in the freezer because I'm not always going to have time to cook meat down. It takes a while. So, all right, let me add some water to the blender and we'll get to blending this. I don't want to add too much water because I don't like it watery, the soup that is. I'm going to get a habanero. Y'all know now this supply of peppers I have from my uncle. They're so hot. I'm just going to use one tonight. So I have 1 3/4 of the bell pepper, one onion, like a medium-sized onion, and one habanero for me. So, so let's go blend and close your ears again if you don't like loud noises. And that's done. Some people like theirs in a rough chop. I like mine smoother. Phyllis, hello, welcome. How are you? I like to cook mine in a flatter pan. So this is just going to go in the pan and I'm going to cook it down. I feel like we cook everything down. Otherwise, it's going to just taste raw and we don't want that. Plus, there's usually tomato in here. So again, I don't want it tangy, so we want to cook it down. But I have some sauce from some tomato, cooked down tomato sauce from yesterday that I will be using. Okay. I will let that do its thing. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Okay. This is the meat broth I'm going to be using. I brought that out of the freezer. Once that starts to boil, I'll add this to it. And I'm going to start cutting the veggies, but let me just grind this real quick. If that's what you call it. Mortar grind it. This goes in a lot of Nigerian soups for the umami. It's like, again, like I said, it's like little, very tiny shrimp, and then they just dry them or smoke them dry or whatever. So that's ground and ready to go. If you're just joining, I have mushrooms, shrimp, and some dried bony fish in here. That's going in the soup, as well as some stew beef pieces that are cooked. I'm making room for the greens to be cut. Like Red Mosaic said, these collards are huge. Don't forget to say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Blender washed. Let me grab a bowl. This knife is not very sharp, but you can keep as much of the stem as you would like in your soup. I don't like to have too much stem. And then I usually just bunch them together and then start slicing. This is going to be a wide slice. I love a wide slice. But let's see if we can do it. Let's see what I'm doing. You can cut it as fine or as chunky as you want it. I should have brought up my other knife, but it is what it is. This is a lot. We're going to separate them and do this in 2 batches. And don't be like me. Grab your sharp knife. Because why am I here struggling with this blunt knife? It's all good. And then I just run my knife over it again so that the strips are not too long. Okay. So going in the bowl. Let's do this batch. I'm laughing because Nigerian cooking is literally a labor of love. Everything just takes so long, but it's worth it at the end because it ends up tasting so good. But yeah, it's a process. All right, voila. There we go. Oh, my tea's ready. Oh, I smell the pepper cooking. Have we had dinner yet? Has everyone had dinner yet? Okay. Water is going into this to blanch it. My tea is ready. Hi, if you're just joining, welcome. You're cooking now. Oh, we're cooking together. I love it. What are you making? Okay. Let's go ahead and add some hot water to this. This would just cook this down and, soften it. Colors are quite tough. So it will soften it and it won't have to cook for too long in this sauce. Okay. Done. Mm. I brought my honey out and where did I put it? All right. I need a spoon. In just a few minutes, I will drain this and run cold water over it. Salmon, green beans, and roasted potatoes. Oh, yum. Who's cooking tonight? Wait, what? Who was that that just popped up? Ah, I have a friend that makes all sorts of things. He's so handy. And he sent me this over Christmas as a Christmas gift. I was so impressed. I told him I might sell some for him. What do you guys think? You're cooking together? Oh, wow. That's so fun. You're cooking with me, both of you. I love it. Just adding a little bit of honey to my tea. I love that. Is that for honey? Yeah, it's a honey dipper stick. Isn't that cool? It has a nice wooden handle and it's very heavy. It's awesome quality. So I might Add some to the shop. Yes. I was like, you're so talented. I might do a collab with him for my holiday gift sets. But other than that, I'm just gonna try to sell some for him and see how it goes. Okay. So let us add to this pot the meat broth so it can dry up in there. This is still quite raw, so we will let it cook down some more. Do your thing, boo. Once it starts to dry down, I'm going to add the mushrooms so the mushrooms can add its own umami to the pot. Let me strain the greens. Mhm. So I'm running cold water over them so they can stop cooking. Of course, if you don't want to lose some of the nutrients in the greens, then you don't have to blanch them. But I feel like collards can hold their own. So there's still a lot of nutrients even though they've been blanched. So now the greens are ready. Cheers. If you're just joining, hello. Welcome. We are making Efo Riro. It's a Nigerian vegetable soup. You make it in a pepper sauce base. You can add whatever proteins you want and use whatever greens you want. So I've used, like I said earlier, kale, collard greens, spinach. You can use mustard greens. My favorite is collards, which is what I'm using tonight. I'm also drinking a tea from Delightfully Good tonight. We are having Berry Blast. Check the pinned comment for links to my websites. My favorite thing to eat this soup with is rice, but I had rice yesterday, so I'm not even that hungry. So if I eat anything with it tonight, I'll probably make some eba, which is made from cassava. So like you hear about fufu, but there are so many different versions of what you hear called fufu, and eba is one of them. So we'll see. This tea is all my teas are so good. This tea is delicious. So I know Red Mosaic is making dinner. What did the rest of you have for dinner, or what are you having for dinner? If you have joined and said hi and I missed you, because apparently I missed some people yesterday, sorry. I'm just gonna check again. And if you said hi to me, hi, hi, hi. If you haven't said hi yet, feel free to do that. We are making a Nigerian soup tonight. It's called Efo Riro. That literally means mixed vegetables. Not, I don't think I've ever thought about that. What does it mean? Like mixed vegetables, something like that. I don't know why, but I'm using collard greens tonight. Right now, I am cooking down my pepper blend, which was 1 3/4 bell pepper, 1 medium onion, 1 habanero. If you're making this yourself, add 2 tomatoes to your blend. I have a tomato blend that I cooked down yesterday when I made the jollof rice. I'm going to use some of that, which is why I didn't add any tomato to this blend right here. Oh my gosh! I did this on a live, my third live, I believe. I'm so sorry, y'all. Mm, 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 mm. Just knocked my tripod down. Sorry. I hope I didn't startle you too bad. Um, yeah, so I'm actually gonna leave this open because I want it to cook down quickly. I, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to attack you. My tripod just went kaput and knocked my phone out of its. Apologies. Anyway, so I just left the pot open. I want it to cook down quickly. Am I seeing laughing emojis coming through? Why are y'all laughing at me? um, so yes, I wanted to cook down faster, so I left the pot open now. Bloopers on live, yeah. Lives are so unforgiving. There are no bloopers. I can't edit them away. We all fell together. If you're just joining, we're just making dinner and chatting. Feel free to join us in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications. Please like this live. Tonight's tea is Berry Blast from Delightfully Good. The pepper from that is starting to, as it cooks down, it's starting to get into my nose. I feel like it's going to be really spicy. So I'm going to add the mushrooms now so that it can start to cook down. Why am I adding mushroom? Because I need to use it up. Not because this is like the way that we normally would cook it. But if you're a vegetarian, a vegan, whatever, and you want to make this soup, then mushroom might be one of the protein sources that you choose. So There you go. For those of us in the US that had a holiday today, hope you enjoyed being off and are ready for back to work tomorrow. I'm going to boil some more water just to give my tea a second brew. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should probably not have said that. It's the reality of life. Don't worry, you're going to have a great week. The weather is going to be lovely. Hello, everyone. Our silent viewers tonight. Red Mosaic, you'll only have 4 days. Just think about that. And it'll be gone before you know it. It'll be the weekend. It will be the weekend before you know it. Yes, I definitely need a second steep. So berry blast is not like when people ask, I always say it's not like strawberries and blueberries. It is. It's got some hibiscus in it, which is where you see some of that color coming from. Oh, that was quick. And then it's got sea buckthorn berries, hawthorn berries, goji berries. It's so good. And it's got blackberry leaf. So I'm just giving it a second steep. I know, yeah. They'll be here before you know it. Red Mosaic and I do shows together. So we have a show this weekend. If you are in the DMV area, we will be in Fairfax. You can check my website events schedule page and you'll see the address and times and all that. But yeah. Yeah, I'll be taking the skincare for that one because I can only sell my teas in Maryland right now. I'm going to try to start doing lives at my events, but that will be probably on my TikTok page for the business. So, Delightfully Soft on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, feel free to follow me. I don't really do much on TikTok. I started doing lives there this year, but I haven't kept that up. I might start doing live from my shows once the season starts in full. One other thing you're going to need for this soup is palm oil. I don't know where the label for this brand is, but I don't use this brand anymore. But this is their jar. They actually, I can't find it anymore. But palm oil, the raw palm oil, so it's the color red or orange, depending on where you get it from. Um, a staple in Nigerian cooking. So that's going to go in here shortly. Okay. Who's messaging me? Yeah. Okay, so let's add some of my blend from yesterday. Let me not put you so close to me. Maybe that's why I knocked you over. This is what's left of the blend from yesterday that I used to make the jollof rice. So I'm just going to add a little bit of it. I don't need a lot. So, like I said, if you're making this and you don't have a blend ready like I do, just add 2 tomatoes to your original blend and cook that all the way down. Okay. I'm going to start to season this. I use some seasonal. I always add the broth first because the broth, of course, has salt in it already. So I want to taste that before I start to salt the main pot. All right, calm down, buddy. I always add curry powder to this soup. And then I'm going to add the crayfish. And you'll start to smell that fishiness. Let's add some oil. I'm going to do 2 scoops. So this oil obviously is solid in the cold. And it'll liquefy once temperatures get above like 70. All right. So I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes before I add the other protein sources. Okay. Before I knock you over. Red Mosaic, how's your meal coming along? How is your meal coming along? Good. We're eating. Oh, nice. You're eating while I'm still cooking. No one else shared what their dinner was or is tonight. Mm. If you're just joining, hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I am making Efo Riro for dinner tonight. It's a Nigerian vegetable soup. Right now, I'm just waiting for the base, which is like a tomato and pepper base, to cook some more before I add the rest of my protein sources. Right now, I have some mushroom in there. I'm going to add this shrimp, this bony fish, and some beef, some stew beef pieces. And then my collard greens are sliced and blanched. So they'll go in last. Ooh. No way. Hello, hello, hello. What are you doing up? Hi there. Oh my goodness, you caught me live? Wait, why are you up? My UK people and Europe people who are always up so late. I'm always like, why are you up? Hi, darling. Pork belly with coconut rice and Asian salad. Woo! Yum. Did you cook? Did you cook and why are you up? Red mosaic, what sounds good? Oh, what she made, right? Bedtime, but I saw you were like, oh, thanks, darling. Yes, you should. And I'm making one of your favorite things, right? Is it still one of your favorites? Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Team effort dinner, love it. Love that. All right, so our sauce base is ready for me to add all of these other things. I'll put the beef in. I wouldn't normally put the shrimp in because it's so early, but I'm just tossing it all in. I don't like my shrimps overcooked, but they'll be all right. This is not going to cook for too long, maybe 5 minutes, just to get the beef warmed and for it to absorb some of the sauce. Yep. So 5 minutes. Aw, my cousin joined me today. Yes, it is. Ah, that sounds like a delicious meal. How was your day? I worked on taxes today. Red Mosaic, listen to that. I don't know why every year there's always something with reporting that I have to reconcile things that I just don't understand why they're off. Every year I'm like, okay, I got it this time. Next year is going to be great. And then there's something new that I'm struggling with, but it's all good. Hopefully it doesn't take me a month like it did last year. Oh yeah, you still haven't done yours, huh? Yeah. I'm just like, I have so many different systems that I am like running reports from. And I'm like, why is this off? Why doesn't this match? What's happening? I've decided that I need to definitely be on top of it this year and just do my reconciling monthly because otherwise, this is too much. But I know for sure I'm not going to file for an extension this year. That's my goal. I will file by April 15th, before then. I'm sure you'll get it together too. Foom, darling, let me know when you're leaving. Oh, but I was asking how your week was. You might have left already, though. See, I hope I didn't miss you today. I did not see your comments yesterday. Sorry about that. But if you're here, say hi. Off to bed now. Oh, good to see you too. Oh, yes, yes, yes. You got to send me a photo when you make yours. Have a lovely night. Sleep well. Okay, should I or should I not make Eba to go with this? I don't know. Am I even in the mood for that? Let me just boil some water anyway, just in case I change my mind. Thank you, love. Let's wash up. By the time I'm done washing up, It'll be time to put the greens in. I might even get a third brew out of this tea. Okay, let's add our greens. I said I was going to boil water. Let me just do that. Voila. All right, let's do this. We are coming to the end of this. Woo! Are we burning? That smells so good. Mm. Woo, that's spicy. That is spicy. So the only seasonings I use for this are curry powder, and the seasonal. The rest of that umami comes from the meat broth, the crayfish, the mushrooms. So yeah, here we go. This you can add as much or as little as you want. But the more you add, the more flavor it's going to eat up. So, I mean, I'll show you what I like mine to look like. I like mine to still have a little bit of the sauce hanging around there. Okay, just a bit more. And then I'll freeze the rest of this. So the next time I need to, I already have some in the freezer. Next time I need to make one of these, I have a whole, my greens are ready, a whole supply of greens to use. So there we go. And now all I'm going to do is give this another 5 minutes to just soak up some of the sauces or the sauce, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, water has boiled. Do I want to make eba or not? I'll just make it. I'll make a little bit just so you can see how this ends up being served. Okay, turn this back on. So this is Gary. It's, I don't know, it's not a powder. How do I explain it? So like the cassava, yucca, I feel like it's I know there are different species of it. So this one that's used in Nigerian Gari is cut into pieces, soaked, I don't know for how long, and then it's grated, and then it's uh, overheat fried, I don't know. And you end up with this, and then you use this to make the eba, which is just in hot water. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm not a big fan of eba, but I'm gonna just show you how this gets plated. So pan, yeah. So I just add the hot water. I don't think people typically cook this on flame, but this is how my mother taught us. I feel like it's just made in a bowl off heat. All right, so you just add the powder, I'm going to call it, to your hot water. I feel like for something so simple, like I just don't know how to make this correctly. Maybe because I've never really loved it. I don't know. Anyway, let's turn this down. I always find these specks and I don't like to see them. And then you just mix. Ugh. I think it's time for me to ask my mother if she can actually tell me how to make this correctly. I just do whatever, yo. As long as it comes out the way it's supposed to. Who really cares how you got there? I'm gonna turn off the soup now because it's ready. You can make this as hard or as soft as you like. I feel like I'm in between. My mother likes it really, really soft because she eats hers with a spoon or a fork. But the right way to eat the right way to eat it is with your hands, your fingers. If you're on here and you know how to make this, but again, like I said, as long as it ends up being the way it's supposed to be, who cares how I make it? This is all going to end up being a nice ball very soon. Trust the process. Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. The Gary is already cooked, so you don't really need to cook this. So I guess you just need to have it form into a mound, a ball, a dough, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, it's coming together. I think. Yeah, that's it. It looks like grits. Ah, okay. Yeah. That's actually makes sense. So let me plate your dinner and you can tell me how it is as usual. I like to eat mine in a deep plate. I don't know if you want to call it a bowl. It's like a deep plate. I'm going to use this. Okay. So the finished product, I don't think looks like grits anymore, I guess. Now this I did not plate fancy because I could have rolled this ball up in a plastic thingy and made it look cute, but girl, not tonight. Okay. Star of the night is our soup. How we looking? So then you just plate this on the side, and that's pretty much it. I eat a lot of soup, so somebody asked me, there was a comment on one of my videos for one of the soups, and they were asking how many servings, and I was like, oh boy, that's going to depend on who's eating. Because for me, I like a lot of soup. Dinner, Eba, and Efo Riro. So you'll typically eat this like this. It's hot, so I'm actually scared to scoop this. But yeah, you scoop the soup with the Eba and you just eat. Oh. Or like my parents do, and I did for the longest time. You grab a fork and you scoop. But that's not the authentic way to do it. So yeah. So Red Mosaic, there was your Efo Riro. Try to make it sometime. Otherwise, I'll make it for you. Thank you all for hanging out with me again. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. And I might see you on Wednesday. I now have jollof rice to eat up, Efo Riro to eat up. So I don't know if I'm going to cook on Wednesday or not. We shall see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good week and a restful night. And I'll see you next time.